has a boyfriend. The next day she's engaged. Then she says she's married. Girl, why are you playing these mind games? Love games, head games, brain games, mind benders, brain twisters. She's playing with my head. I saw her on the street with another guy. Funny, cause she told me she didn't want to be in a relationship. Mind games, love games, head games, brain games, brain twisters, mind puzzlers. She's playing with my head. Word jumbles, magic mazes, spot the difference. What's the one where it's got all the letters going around it and you have to use a common letter and unscramble it? That one. We haven't spoken in years. Someone told me that she moved to California and married a lawyer. But then she calls me out of the blue and says she wants to sell me vitamin water. Me and smiled, so I asked her on a date. She said that she was gay. Girl, why are you playing these mind games? Love games, head games, brain games, crossword puzzles, trivia questions, Sudoku, Wordle, word quizzes, brain busters, mind teasers, puzzle conundrums, jigsaw puzzles, crossword puzzles, words without friends, crypto jumble, word ladder, connect the word. What's the one where you've got 16 words in 4 categories and you have to group them according to a common theme? Waffle, dordle, nerdle, quordle, squirtle, phrasal, hurdle, nasal, word jumbles, magic mazes. He was a star, but he didn't get far. That's the way of fortune and fame. Yeah, he was funny, made lots of money, but you can't remember his name. And if you see me out on the street, buy me a cup of coffee, put me back on my feet. He went to parties and he met starlets, even had a wife or two.
Sorry.
Those were the good days, those were the old days, but now those days are through. And if you see me out on the street, buy me a cup of coffee, put me back on my feet. It was November, or maybe December. She saw him on a TV show. He did a guest spot, and then she remembered his name was Hollywood Joe. And if you see me out on the street, buy me a cup of coffee, put me back on my feet. Buy me a cup of coffee, put me back on my feet.
The Highwayman.
Highwayman, keep on doing the best you can.
Hey there, it's the Highwayman here with an important safety message about fighting. It doesn't happen often, but sometimes you might be a witness to something bad going down. Like maybe a teenager trying to steal an old lady's groceries, and you might feel like you need to jump in and help. Well, here's a tip from the Highwayman. Don't do it. It's not worth the risk. Most of the time, you'll only wind up escalating the situation, and you might just end up with a black eye, or worse. Here's a better way. Try to find a nearby tree or some shrubbery that you can hide behind, so you can scope out the situation from a safe distance. From there, maybe you can get a good description of the perpetrator that you can later give to the police. Then once things clear up, you can safely approach the victim and find out if they need any help getting to their car. Maybe give them some encouraging words or moral support. They'll appreciate it. But the important thing is to keep yourself out of danger. And if you ever see someone that has a gun and they threaten to shoot you, just let them do it. This is no time to be a hero. Believe me, you'll thank me later. So stay smart, stay safe, and don't forget that the Highwayman is always the best way, man.
The Highwayman.
Helping people all across the land. I love you, Highwayman.
The Highwayman.
Checking the mic, 1, 2. 2. Checking the mic. 1, 2. Check. Help. All right. Computer, volume 10. Computer, what time is it?
The time is 11 a.m.
Oh, come on. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Henry's Kitchen, where today, this is the live stream. This is where we talk back and forth with each other, and I make a dish. I'll show you a little bit of the dish that we're going to be making today. It's called Killer Quiche with shittake mushrooms and spinach, and it's just going to be an all-around good time. Royal Flush 9 says, nice haircut, Henry. Thank you very much. Thanks, Royal Flush. I thought I'd go ahead and get the hair a little trimmed up, shave the face, and, you know, maybe give this whole life thing one more chance, right? Lady Dina 17 said, hello, Henry. Ready to learn some cooking? Yeah, okay, good. We're going to be doing some cooking. We've got music. We've got games. We're going to be having a really good time here today. And let me just go through some of the alerts here first. I want to remind everybody, we are being sponsored by Smithfield Pork Products, prepared pork. So that means they're already pre-marinated. You just throw them on the grill. It's a great summertime option. And during the time that we're being sponsored, the subscriptions are half off. So just letting you know that. And thanks for all the support here. Lady Dina, thank you so much for cheering. 5 bits and then another 5 bits. And Duza says, happy birthday, Henry, with a 41-month subscription. Thank you, Duza. Thanks so much. It's not my birthday. It will be in November, though, so I'm going to kindly accept your generous contribution of 41 months of Prime subs. and I'll just appreciate it on my birthday when that happens. So thank you very much. And Lady Dina, thank you very much for your cheers as well. Gwethana Dolaya says, as a chef, I'm looking forward to learning from the great man himself. Okay, I always like when a fellow chef comes on here. What the fuck? Game Master Flash just gifted us 10 Tier 1 subs. That's absolutely incredible. Thank you, Game Master Flash. That's very nice of you. Very generous. And if anybody's keeping track, what the fuck? Dooza just gifted 5 Tier 1 subs as well. Oh my goodness. So if anybody's keeping track, thanks, Dooza. We have 824 subscribers here at Henry's Kitchen. We've never had that many before since we started. That's a very, very large amount. And I want to thank you all for being so supportive. What do we have here? Anonymous. You know the group Anonymous that does all the digital hacking and whatnot. It says, it's my birthday today. Anonymous has gifted a Tier 1 sub to someone whose handle, or their username, as it were, is it's my birthday today. An anonymous user gifted a Tier 1 sub to It's My Birthday Today. Thank you very much. It's my birthday today. Welcome to the community. And thanks, an anonymous user. And I just want to let you know, if you are a user, we're going to keep you anonymous here. So thanks for being an anonymous user gifted. It's my birthday today. Okay, sorry. It's a lot to say. Roach Swallower says, Henry, your haircut looks so nice. I hope you're having an amazing day. You know, I'm having an okay day, I will say. I don't know how it's going to go once we cook, but my favorite times are when we all get to hang out and chat, and also playing this new game, Balatro, has been a lot of fun. Thanks, Parasitosis, for that one. Okay, so how are we doing here with everything? Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says, I got a new disc I'm going to disc golf with tonight because I stupidly threw mine in the Michigan jungle over the weekend on the overgrown course tonight. Wish me luck. Hey, all the luck to you, and I'm glad you're going out playing disc golf. That sounds like a fun activity. And Anonymous Gifter gifted 5 Tier 1 subs. Amazing. Thank you so much, Anonymous Gifter. This is really incredible. And Scoosh says, happy birthday. No, it's not my birthday, but I really appreciate the sentiment. Beanie Bobini, who's our intern here, says, we know it's your birthday. It's not my birthday, guys. John Fucks-a-lot says, happy birthday, anonymous user. I don't know that it was their birthday. I'm not quite sure where the birthday situation is coming into play. But nonetheless, it's a very positive and festive activity, so I encourage you to keep wishing birthdays. Venus Frogski says it's nobody's birthday. Yeah. As Jose Suicidio once said, it is nobody's birthday. Okay, well, all right. We've got songs. We've got all this stuff. First, if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and read through the promotion for Smithfield Pork Products. They're helping us out by sponsoring us for 8 streams for 1 full month here at Henry's Kitchen. And I want to return the favor by shouting out their website. And if you can just give me 1 second here, I'm going to pull up the website first. And I'm going to let you know about it. Look, we all know. Okay, wait, hold on a second. I just have a couple of things to do here. I'm getting better at this, I will say. All right, so this portion of the stream is being sponsored by Smithfield. Okay, and look, we all know that the summertime is here. It's not threatening to be here anymore. It's not lurking around the corner. It is here. It's in the house. Computer, when did summertime start?
In the United States, summer began on Sunday, June 21st and ends on Tuesday, September 22nd.
Yeah, so it is here. And what does that mean? Well, that means that you're going to throw a barbecue or you're going to have friends over and you're going to put food on the grill for them because you want to have friends. And what better way to have friends than to put food in their tummies? Do people still say tummies? But anyway, that's where Smithfield comes in. This is prepared pork. So all of these awesome seasonings and marinations and recipes have all been done for you. And that's the hard part. We've done it here on Henry's Kitchen where we have to put it all in a baggie and keep it overnight and do all that stuff. Not anymore. You just take them out of the fridge, throw them on your grill, and you're going to be able to start cooking right away. And your friends are going to be like, wow, this is like some gourmet stuff. Who are you all of a sudden? And you're going to be the most popular person at your barbecue. Hopefully at your own barbecue, you would at least be the most popular person there. But anyway, so when you're hosting a backyard barbecue or a casual family get-together, or I would say even if you're just at home and you want to eat some good food, Smithfield marinated and seasoned fresh pork delivers bold, craveable flavors with minimal prep. These ready-to-cook products, and that's important, ready-to-cook, are freshly seasoned and marinated, making it easy to serve up versatile, protein-packed meals any night of the week. Featuring bold new flavors and cuts, garlic and herb. Okay, look at some of these amazing flavors that they've got. Sweet, and by the way, some people are doing construction right outside, so I'm getting a little bit flustered by that, but that's okay. It wouldn't be Henry's Kitchen if I wasn't a little bit flustered. Sweet, as a matter of fact, I thought maybe that would be a good album title, A Little Bit Flustered. Sweet and a little bit rock and roll. Sweet and smoky barbecue, ossobuco, chipotle, Caribbean jerk, carnitas, cilantro lime, mesquite barbecue, and brown sugar barbecue, alongside with new cuts like pre-sliced ham strips, pork chops, fillets. And the thing is, it's effortless. It's pre-marinated, ready to cook. You just heat and serve for a bold, no-fuss flavor. And they're versatile, from burrito bowls to barbecue mac and cheese to pasta salads. Endless flavor options make mealtime easy. Protein-packed, a satisfying high-protein option with 19 grams per serving to keep you full and fueled. Pick up Smithfield marinated and seasoned fresh pork at Walmart for an easy, flavorful weeknight meal. And also, it's not just Walmart. If you go to the bottom, they've got an area where you can put your zip code and it'll tell you what store that you can go to pick this up. But anyway, it's pretty great. We made some dishes with it early on in the campaign and it was really good stuff. So I encourage you to check out the website, see if they're near you, and go pick some up. Okay, so now it's time to get back to what we're doing here. I want to thank Maui Girl for sending us this beautiful background pic, and I think that there's probably, yeah, there's a message here that says this is Baldwin Beach with the X, who has 6 toilets. Okay, so we remember that Maui Girl lives in a school bus with no toilet, but for a very, I assume, low rent amount, she's able to go out and witness and behold this incredible beauty that we have before us. And even better, it looks like her ex has 6 toilets. Why would you even need 1 toilet if you have an ex that has 6 toilets? I assume the ex is letting you use the toilets. It's Kate X says almost 1 for every day. Yeah. But on the 7th day, you rest, right? I think that's how it works. Okay, and Maui Girl 45 says $13.50 per month. Well, that's not so bad, I would say. Okay, so let's see how we're doing here. I'm gonna switch to a different picture. That's a beautiful one. Thank you very much for that. Oh boy, Lino Bunfy has graduated from Luthier School. which is pretty awesome. Lino Bumpy, congratulations graduating from Luthier School. This is very cool. Let's see here. So are these Luthiers, are these ones that you've made? Is that right? Guitar Joe says, Henry, we have a birthday. Ladies Laid's son Ben. Oh, we're gonna have to do a birthday song, which is always fun anyway. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me get the guitar. We like to encourage birthdays here at Henry's Kitchen. And Corinne Upinion says it's fun when you know how to rhyme the words. Yeah, which I don't, unfortunately. But check. I want to make sure the reverb is on. Yeah, Thitchin Hat says, hey, those guitars look great. And they really do. So thanks again to Lino Bunfy for sharing these pictures, having graduated from Luthier School, and let's keep us posted on how that's going, because that sounds like a pretty damn cool line of work to me. Let's go ahead and do some birthday stuff here for Ladies Laid's son Ben. Okay, so this is Ladies Laid, who has I don't know what age that they are, but let me, here we go. Oh, 20, all right. This is for Ladies Laid's son, Ben, and his 20th birthday. It's nobody's birthday, no need for candles on the cake. It's nobody's birthday, it was all just some stupid mistake. It's nobody's birthday, no need to ask where or when the party is, because it's nobody's birthday but Ladies Laid's son, Ben. Happy birthday, Ben. Hope you're having a good one. 20th birthday, that was a good one. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice here. I know that your mom is out there watching too, so I want to make sure this is advice that I would give in front of the parents. 20 years old, my 20s, most of my friends' 20s, your entire decade of your 20s is all about screwing up. Just screw up everything. Don't do any paperwork. Don't worry about filling out forms of any sort, or even worrying about where you're parking or getting tickets or all kinds of stuff. That's for later. The 20s is all about screwing up your life as much as you possibly can. And then when you get to your 30s, do it again, just for another 10 years. Just keep screwing up. And then I would say that once you get to your 40s, that's when you're going to have to start picking up the pieces a little bit. You might have to actually start responding to some letters and those types of things. And then when you're in your 50s, it's all hard work, and that might be a good time to start getting into cooking. So anyway, I hope that helps. That's what I did. Critical Moisture says we lock in at 40 here. Yeah. Jax Cosmos says wise words. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Jax Cosmos. Okay, well, let's see what else we've got going on here. This is a beautiful picture. Thanks again. And congratulations on graduating from Luthier School to Lino Bunfy. Let's see what other pictures we have. Cad Jones. sent us a cool pic. This is a pic by the railroad tracks. Whoa. Are you sure? Did you make this picture? It's okay if you didn't. It looks like a professional, full-on professional picture. As a matter of fact, I think we should... Oh, Danny Dog 69 got their apron and the dish towel. Oh, I'm so glad, Danny Dog. And Danny Dog, don't forget, you have a cookbook on the way as well. I ran out of cookbooks, but there's a new order coming in tomorrow. This is a patron. Don't forget, you can support on the Patreon and get these gifts. So thanks very much for your support on the Patreon, Danny Dog 69. I'm glad you got your stuff. We have some requests for music that we should probably get into now. Let's see what we've got here. We have a request from Parasitosis. Is Parasitosis out there? Parasitosis wanted to hear a 90s grunge type song, and I think this is one. It's Kate X says all that green screen needs is Jose playing piano on the tracks. Yeah, well, we're gonna do something like that. Hold on. I think we're gonna have to get in electric mode. Let me pull up the song. Come Down by Bush. And this song is sort of the grunge variety. So, as a matter of fact, we might have to put this sucker on. Hold on. Everybody avert your eyes for a second. Wait, that can't be right. I'm going to start trying to channel my inner grunge person. Computer, what time is it?
The time is 11:20 a.m.
I think this is grunge. I can't tell if this is grunge or if I look like a hoser. Grunge? Okay, cool. Let's turn on the electric guitar here. Lady Slade says, good, Mr. Highwayman. Okay, Royal Flush 9 says, definitely grunge. Okay, good. That's what we're going for here. You can hear the guitar okay? Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says, hey, bro, is this a grunge look? Okay, thanks. Okay, we got it going. We're going to do a song by a band called Bush, which apparently was a British band, even though a lot of that grunge music, it was came from the northwest portion of the United States, but it spread. It spread like a disease, and I think they probably spread diseases too. John Fucks a Lot says, is this Jose Suicidio? Did he finally make a stream appearance? I'll leave that up to you guys. Danny Dog 69 says, I looked away for a minute and now Henry has tons of hair. Congrats, Henry. Yeah, it's a time machine. We're totally doing this. Love and hate, get it wrong. She cut me right back down to size. Sleep the day, let it fade. Who is there to take your place? No one knows, never will. Mostly, but mostly you. say, do you do when it all comes down? 'Cause I don't wanna come back down from this cloud. It's taking me all this time to find out what I need, yeah. I don't wanna come back down from this cloud. It's taking me all this time. There is no blame, only shame. When you beg, you just complain. The more I come, the more I try. All police are paranoid. So am I. Who's the future? So what? I'm lost here. Be a creature. So what do you say? When it all comes down, I don't want to come back down from this cloud. It's taking me all this time. I don't want to come back down from this cloud. It's taking me all this time to find. And then there's a guitar solo. I'm going to skip the guitar. I don't know how to do grunge guitar solos. Alright. Love and hate, get it wrong. She cut me right back down to sight. Sleep the day, let it fade. Who was there to take your place? No one knows, never will. Mostly me, mostly you. What do you say, what do you do when it all comes down? 'Cause I don't want to come back down from this cloud. It's taking me all this time to find out what I need. Messed that part up. I don't want to come back down from this cloud. It's taking me all this time. One more. I don't want to come back down from this cloud. It's taking me all this fucking time. Yeah. I don't want to come back down from this cloud. It's taking me all this time. Okay. That was Bush. Song called Come Down From This Cloud. Anonymous. Thank you very much for gifting a tier 1 sub to Boner of a Lonely Fart. Thank you so much, everybody. Carinu Pinion says, man, George Bush knows how to party. No, it was not George Bush the president. This was actually a band called Bush, but I can see the confusion. Toefire says, how much time has it really been, though? It's been 30 years. Can you believe that? When I was born in 1969, only 13 years prior to that, Elvis came out with his version of You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog. And then a year after I was born, Black Sabbath came out with their song Iron Man, so that definitely pushed it. And then in 1970, and so I guess about 22 years later, this kind of music came out. But here's the thing. That's been a third of a century from now. That was 33 years ago. Can you believe how quickly the time is passing? Pearl Harbor was 1941, and that was only 28 years before I was born. I don't know, I'm just kind of tripping out right now. Royal Flush 9 says, I hope there's a Bush cover band called Bush Light. Oh, what a great cover band that is. That's even better than mine that I had. A Whitesnake cover band called David Cover Band. That's what it is. David Cover Band. You guys can have that. I think I've already given that one out. Fitchin Hat says this is the effect of the hat. Yeah, I think the hat, actually, you put on the hat and you can grunge out. Ladies Laid, thank you so much for your 30 bits. And Danny Dog, thanks so much for subscribing. And just thanks everybody for all that you do. And Boner of a Lonely Fart, Anonymous gifted you a tier 1 sub, so that's very cool. All right. Duza says, call it a landing strip. Okay, call what a landing strip? Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says, we need at least one grunge song with the costume a stream now. Okay, well, I think I could probably do that. What the fuck? Beelzebub just gifted 10. No fewer than 10 tier 1 subs. That's absolutely incredible. Thanks, Beelzebub, for all that you do. You go above and beyond. You know, maybe we'll do, next week is the last sponsored stream, so maybe we'll do a little bit of your game, the Bowly, which is a lot of fun. We have an alert that just came down the pike here. Purple Donut Filling His Fruit just gifted a tier 1 sub to Harry Bush. Thank you so much, Purple Donut Filling His Fruit, for gifting that sub to Harry Bush. Almost similar to my name, Henry, which is a variation of Harry. Carinu Pinion says, sure, Bowly would be fun. Yeah, Bowly is always a good time. All right, we have another song request. I'm going to do this on the electric also. This one was requested by Adam Roach Swallower. Let's see here. This is a classic from the 70s. This is a protest song. I don't know, should I leave the grunge look? It's not really appropriate anymore. Maybe I'll take the hat off. But I think we could probably leave the rest of it. It's not as grungy. This goes back to the 70s. I want to thank the users for gifting me this absolutely incredible Spark Mini Amp. This thing is just insane. It's just so cool. It's got so many cool sounds on it. Like if I really want to rock out. Oh, I can't. I can't do that stuff anymore. Okay, let me see here if I can do this song by just a little grunge. This is John Fogerty and Creedence Clearwater Revival. This was a song that he wrote back during the Vietnam War that was a protest song. It wasn't uncommon for young people to protest the Vietnam War during that time. It's very uncommon for people to protest it right now. Because it hasn't been going on for a while. But although I would understand. Fondue Yourself says, Henry does something impressive. Also, Henry, I can't do that stuff anymore. Well, thanks. I will say that as you get older, you know, some of the dexterity in your fingers doesn't last as long. Unless you're one of these pros and you do the exercises every day, which I don't. But maybe I'll get back to work on it because it is fun. All right, here we go. Camo Boy says, I feel like this look is very John Fogerty. Well, thanks. John Fogerty was amazing. I saw him live one time and it was pretty damn cool. So here we go. Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, that red, white, and blue. And when the band plays Hail to the Chief, ooh, they point the cannon at you, Lord. It ain't me, I ain't no senator's son. It ain't me, I ain't no fortunate one, no. Some folks born silver spoon in hand, Lord, they help themselves, oh. But when the tax man comes to the door, Lord, the house looking like some kind of rummage sale. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no millionaire son, no. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. Some folks inherit star-spangled eyes. Ooh, they send you down to war, Lord. And when you ask them, how much should I give? Ooh, they only answer, more, 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 yeah. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no military son. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one, no. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no fortunate son. Thank you very much. Where is it? To Adam, aka Roach Swallower, for requesting that Blast from the Past song from Computer. When did the song Fortunate Son come out?
Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater Revival was released on October 31st, 1969.
69, that's when I was born. It's amazing. Also, you know, Bryan Adams famously sang that song. Maybe we should go ahead and do that one. Since it is the summertime. Why don't we go ahead and do some Bryan Adams, The Summer of 69, and we can talk about that Creedence Clearwater revival song. Computer, how old was Bryan Adams in 1969?
Bryan Adams turned 10 on November 5th, 1969, and is currently 66 years old.
Okay, so
he was born in 1959.
So he's 10 years older than I am. So this song he must have written about when he was 10 years old. Got my first real 6-string, bought it at the 5 and dime, played it till my fingers bled. Was the summer of 69. Me and some guys at school had a band and we tried real hard. Jimmy quit, Jody got married at 10 years old. Never get far. Oh, and I look at now, the summer seemed to last forever. And if I had the choice, yeah, I'd always wanna be there. Those were the best days of my life. I have construction workers outside and I can't tell which one of us is more pissed off about the noise. Ain't no use in complaining when you got a job to do. Spent my evenings down at the drive-in, and that's when I met you, yeah. Standing on your mama's porch, you told me that you'd wait forever. Oh, and you held my hand, I knew that it was now or never. Those were the best days of my life. Being 10 years old, I'll never forget it either. I don't know that I was asking people to marry me and stuff, but you know, working at the drive-in. Wait. Computer, what's the chord that comes in 2 minutes into Summer of 69? It's never gonna get this.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
There's no way. Okay. Man, we were killing time. We were young and restless, needed to unwind.
last forever. Now the times are changing. Look at everything that you've done. Something when they play that old six string. Think about, wonder what went wrong. Standing on your mother's porch, you told me you would last forever. Oh, when I held my hand, I knew that it was now or never. Those were the best days of my
I decided to add my own little ending there with a little bit of classical influence. Pancake King says, I remember being 10 in 1981, totally excited about the space shuttle. Yeah, that was an exciting time. Remember that? And then it kind of all went to shit about 6 years later, right? But then it got good again, eventually. Boner of a Lonely Fart says, holy shit, ending was amazing. Thanks, Boner. All right, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and put the guitar away for now. Oh. We got to get back in cooking mode here. We can't forget the mission here. There's a reason we all come here. And Brisket knows it. Hey Brisket, how you doing? Brisket, it might feel like Brisket is just always... no, the camera's not frozen. Shouldn't be. I just put my hand in front of it. Could still be frozen for all we know. Yeah, Brisket doesn't move a lot. So let's just sort of be honest with each other for a second here. Let's go ahead and change the background. Wow, we use this background for a lot. It's a beautiful background. Dark Ages. Oh, I could have used this one. This one's good too. Oh man, this is nice. Look at this. Dark Ages, our resident photographer, has sent us this picture and says, did a bit of urban exploration for work yesterday. Michael Jackson was born at this hospital, now slated for a demolition. Wow. That is some creepy ass shit. I was actually born in the same hospital that John Lennon died in. Am I saying that somehow or another when John Lennon died, his talent entered my soul somehow? Yeah, I am kind of trying to imply that, I guess, but I was born 10 years before that incident. Parasitosis says, okay, I can be honest. I did get away with murder due to double jeopardy. I got away. Oh, double jeopardy. You mean on the show? Carinu Pinion says, you look great whenever you wear a black shirt with the white... Thanks. I think what you're responding to, and Dark Ages will tell you this, is there's contrast. You can see that the upper part of my arms are extremely white. And that contrast, our eyes like contrast because then we can make out particulars in a vision, in an image. Dark Ages says, I know a musician who sucked in Elvis's soul and Jim Henson. Wow. Carinu Pinion says, yeah, the contrast is good. Royal Flush 9, thanks. I have been described as extremely white. Okay. TF is this guy. It makes you look jacked. Wow, that's really cool. Thanks, everybody. Recently, I was worried about my coffee intake, but I did a little Google searching, and apparently you can have up to 4 cups of coffee every day and still be within the amount that the government deems safe. Computer, what is the safe amount of coffee to drink every day?
The safe amount of coffee varies by person, but most guidelines suggest up to 3 to 4 cups daily for most adults. Always consider your health and consult a healthcare professional for personalized advice.
Yes, Sergio W says, so 8 cups is fine. Yeah, probably if you want to build in the buffer because they're always going to try to be conservative. Parasitosis says 4 cups of coffee with 4 bowel movements. That sounds like a movie. Well, there's a movie called Four Christmases. It's Kate X says, how big are the cups though? Oh, I assume they meant the cups. Well, Parasitosis is our measurement expert. Computer, how many milliliters in 1 cup?
1 cup is about 237 milliliters.
Okay. So computer, how many milliliters of caffeine, of coffee should you eat every day or drink? Hey, computer, how many milliliters of coffee is okay for 1 day?
Most health experts suggest limiting coffee to about 400 milliliters per day for most adults, though individual tolerance can vary. Always listen to your body and consult a healthcare professional if you have any concerns.
Okay, now we have a problem. Are you guys able to see the problem that I'm... Oh, millimeters. Did I say millimeters? I meant milliliters. Computer, how many milliliters of coffee every day is recommended?
Most health experts suggest drinking coffee in moderation, typically around 3 to 4 cups daily, which is roughly 225 to 300 milliliters. Always listen to your body and consult a healthcare professional for personalized advice.
Didn't it say 400 milliliters? I don't know. Alexander Dean says, I don't like computer. Yeah, I'm not sure I do either. Duza says, my body is definitely asking for Ben and Jerry's. Well, if your body's asking for that, who are you to not do what your body is trying to tell you to do? Okay, thank you, Brian Adams, for that wonderful song. Okay, so we've got a lot of work to do here. I want to get to it, but let's just take a look. Alexander Dean says the noble river bison can run up to 35 miles per hour. Wow, about as fast as a racehorse over short distances. A river bison, huh? Is that different from a regular bison? It sounds familiar. The river bison. Reverb is on. Reverb is on. The reverb is on. Oh my God, this is embarrassing. Hold on. Let me turn this off. Check. 1, 2. I left the reverb on. Thank you, Alexander Dean, for your coded message. If you have to tell me about a technical error here, you have to do it in code. That's the only way that I'm not going to be embarrassed. So I appreciate that, Alexander Dean. That was well done with that disguised trivial fact about the river bison. I love the music in this game has subscribed. Thank you very much. I love the music in this game. Thank you so much. And Purple Donut Filling His Fruit, thanks again for your generous contribution to Harry Bush. Waffles92 says, cool bug fact here. One day you'll have to answer for your sins and God may not be too merciful. Ooh, that's an interesting factoid. Is that from one of those great big book of facts? Parasitosis says, what game? Hey, Parasitosis wants to know, I love the music in this game. Maybe it's Boli, where Parasitosis, I think, composed the music for the music in Boli. All right, everybody, we're getting back to our situation. If you're wondering why it's taking me so long, it's because I have to allow these things to defrost. And what better way to allow something to defrost than by just letting it sit there in room temperature? We're going to be making some really interesting shit here today. And that's happening. But let's go through a few more of these pictures. Thanks, Dark Ages, for that awesome picture. And what else do we got here? We have Parasitosis sent us a cool picture of what looks to be a tree. Is this in Japan? A tree that you can go underneath. You could walk under that thing. How does that happen? How does a tree grow that way? It's sort of deformed, but actually it could also be. Oh, this is in the Upper Peninsula. Can cars drive through this? Because we did some trees where we didn't have a perspective. But Maui Girl 45 says, are those baby shittakes? Yes, we've got shittake mushrooms. I have no idea why they call it that. Could they have come up with a more appetizing term than that? It's gross. Winston 40 says, can you give us directions on how to defrost something using room temperature? Yeah, you're going to leave it at room temperature. Okay, so just people, no cars on this. Okay, cool. Well, this is very nice. For a second, I thought maybe this Acavito oil could be like, just to give the context. All right. Let's see what other pics we have here. We have some exciting stuff to show. Zeke, XEKKE, sends us this picture. Whoa. Zeke, I think, said, this is how I feel after eating one of the Henry's Kitchen recipes. Well, I don't blame you. That's very cool. And if you're wondering about brisket here, you might be like, wow, all she ever does is sleep all the time. I would say, au contraire, mon frère, because if you look here, this is brisket running through the hallways. This is, of course, in slow-mo. But also, It's Kate put together a video with some music. So if you're wondering, that's why brisket is always so tuckered out. Just constant running. Excellent work on that, It's Kate. And let's see what else we've got here. Oh, look at this. Hopeful Equinox appears, in this case, to have... Did you make our buffalo chicken casserole that we made on Sunday? That looks just like mine. That's really good looking. Of course, mine tasted like shit. But yours looks like maybe it tasted better, or maybe it tasted about the same. I can't really tell. I don't really know. Spellsling says that looks like buffalo chicken casserole after it's been digested. Okay. Well, at least it looks like something. Oh, wait, there's French fries poking out there. Is that poutine? Oh, it's poutine. Fondue yourself says poutine. Okay. Well, that looks like some late night food. That's for sure. All right, everybody. Let's see what other pictures we have. And we're going to go through more alerts. Beanie Bo Beanie sends us this picture of their favorite, his favorite, what is this, a mural? Beanie Bo Beanie is our intern here at Henry's Kitchen, and it's a mural from a brewery from an artist named Chuck Yu. It's very nice. I love breweries. Are you hanging out, is Beanie Bo Beanie there? Are you hanging out in Minneapolis? Or St. Paul in a brewery? That sounds like a real fun thing to do. Brewery. Ferris Brewery. Oh, Beanie Bo Beanie says, yes, sir. Okay, we thought maybe you disappeared for a second there. We want to hear a little bit about this awesome mural. It's at a brewery. I have a hard time saying brewery for some reason. Let's check in on our alerts here. Want to thank... Ovozak1. Thank you, Ovozak1, for gifting that tier 1 sub. That's very generous of you. It's very cool. Maui Girl 45 says, I like that. Maui Girl, do you guys has the craft beer explosion hit Hawaii yet? I know it has to travel overseas, but it's still the same country. Do they have breweries and such in Maui? It seems like they would probably not because they've got so much other stuff to do there. But I'd be curious if the craze has hit Hawaii. Teaser Tuesday wants to know which brewery that is, Beanie. Maybe Teaser Tuesday wants to go to it. It's called the Indeed Brewery. Bryson4014 says, some guy called me a computer fart. That's weird. What would that be? It would just be some blips. Maui Girl doesn't know if there's breweries in... Yeah, so that probably means there's not. Yeah, Parasitosis subs are 50% off. They should be. Are you seeing that they're not? They're certainly supposed to be. Sponsored subscriptions. Let me know if that's not working for some reason. I'd really like to know. Uh-oh. You're seeing 35. That doesn't make any sense. It's Kate says it's 50% on my end. Yeah, I hope we don't have more problems with this. Oh, did you hit the sub limit? Well, there's no way that we could have. Not today. Should be 200. Yeah, Winston says he's seeing 50%. Oh, had to refresh and then it's working. Okay, good. Thanks, Parasitosis. I appreciate that. And okay, it looks like we're okay. So subs are 50% off as long as we're being sponsored by the folks over at Smithfield Pork Products. Check out their product, and I'll be doing another shout out to them later. Monkus1337 says, why are you outside? Did you lose your home? No, I wish I was in this place. This is a place called Indeed Brewery in the Minneapolis-St. Paul Twin Cities area in the American Midwest. And this is a mural that is featured there by an artist named Chuck Yu that is well liked by Beanie Bobini, who is our resident intern here. Game Master Flash says, I've got a meeting right when we get to the cooking. Okay, well, hopefully the person that you're having a meeting with doesn't mind if you have the show on, because we don't like to lose you. All right, so let's see what's going on here. We've got Capacious T sends us a picture, presumably from her workstation, where she does the beautiful drawings, absolutely incredible drawings. And wow, what a nice little workplace. That's very nice. Monkus1337 says, oh, it's such a good green screen. I didn't see that you were still at home. I can breathe again. Yeah, this is green screen technology. I am in my kitchen, so don't fret. We are going to be doing cooking. Forgot password says brisket. Wants to see a picture of brisket. This is brisket, the mascot at Henry's Kitchen, pro tempore, I think. Computer, what does pro tempore mean?
From thecontentauthority.com. It is a term used to describe something that is meant to last for a limited period of time or until a certain condition is met.
So why wouldn't I just say temporary? I guess you got to be a douche and say pro tempore. Ovozak1 says, I have yet to see brisket move. Oh, but she does. Sometimes I say he by accident. Let's take a look. This is slow motion, but you wouldn't believe how fast this was in real life. Look at that form, that speed, just literally defying gravity. Okay, let's see what else we've got here in terms of what is happening to our situation. I think that's it. I think we've gone through the pictures, so I think it's time now for us to start getting into our cooking. Winston 40 says the more Latin terms you use, the smarter you seem. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. The problem is I don't know a lot of them. Okay. Yeah, Alexander Dean. Okay, gifted a tier 1 sub to Bryson 4014. Thank you very much, Alexander Dean, for doing that. Del Ferrata says ad fundum is a great one to know. Computer, what is ad fundum?
I've added fondant to your shopping list.
What did I just do? What have I done? My God, what have I done? Did I just add something called fundum to my shopping list? Oh no. Okay, everybody. Pop-Tart Eater 47 says, "Go Henry." Yeah. All right, yeah, let's get to work here. Everybody, this has been a lot of fun in terms of the music and whatnot, but the reason we come here every week is to cook. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and enter our kitchen. Here it is. This hellscape that we so euphemistically refer to as the kitchen, as if it's some kind of happy, fun place where generations bond together over the holidays, constructing some kind of casserole bullshit. It's not that. It's hard work. And there are sharp objects, there's fire, there's the threat of failure and humiliation. All right here in the kitchen. It's the most dangerous thing that can happen to you in your bedroom. Maybe you could have a heart attack in the middle of the night, but that's even rare. It's usually on a golf course. But the kitchen has so many different ways that you can die, and die in a horrible way. You can get killed by a spoon, or even worse yet, a spork. Can you imagine the irony there? Carinu Pinion says, well, you can have a heart attack anywhere. True, you could have one in the kitchen because whatever you're working on is stressing you out so much. So that's an excellent point. Thank you for that. You guys make really good points, and I think it's time for us to start going into our dish here. So we're going to be making quiche. Computer, tell me what quiche is.
According to Wikipedia, quiche is a French tart consisting of a pastry crust filled with savory custard and pieces of cheese, meat, seafood, or vegetables. A well-known variant is quiche Lorraine, which includes lardons or bacon.
Okay. So that's what we're doing here. We're making quiche. Guitar Joe says, yeah, watch out for those points primarily. Yeah, you want to watch out for anything sharp. Beanie Bobini says, what is going to make our quiche killer today? Well, killer is just an adjective that means really good. I would say the thing that's going to make it killer is the secret ingredient. This is hashed browns, a la the type that you get at McDonald's. But these are frozen, but now they're finally just sort of cold, which is where we want them. I don't have pie crust, but you don't need pie crust. I used Google and found a recipe that makes a quiche with no pie crust. It actually uses these as the crust, and that's going to be our first order of business. Whoa! Ladies Laid has gifted a tier 1 sub. Thank you, Ladies Laid, for gifting a sub to VX Toshiro. Thank you so much, Ladies Laid. Thanks for everything you do. But Beanie Bobini says, yeah, the correct way to say it is the hashed browns. The browns that have been hashed. Hammy X Hams says, I have to run into the Walmart real quick. Maybe I should get some quiche. Pray for me. No, why don't you make your own quiche? That's what we're doing here. But maybe they have good frozen quiches there too. I'm not sure. Agus Manst says, Henry, you are my idol. I love you so much. Wow, thank you very much, Agus Manst. That's very nice to hear. Hashbrowns. Corinne Opinion says, got some quiche. Capiche? I never knew what capiche meant, but I always see it in movies. Okay, Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says, I heard Walmart has some good Smithfield products. You know, it's funny that you mentioned that because we're actually being sponsored by Smithfield products right now, and you can get them at Walmart. Get some Smithfield Caribbean jerks. Yeah. Computer, what is osso buco?
Osso buco or osso buco is a specialty of Lombard cuisine of crosscut veal shanks braised with vegetables, white wine, and broth.
Wow.
It is often garnished with gremolata and traditionally served with either risotto alla Milanese or polenta, depending on the regional variation.
We
the
might.
marrow in the hole
Okay,
in the bone,
computer,
delicacy.
stop, please. I think we might have to say we might have to make osso buco one day. Beanie Bobini says, she said it the same way twice. I hate her. Yeah, I don't like when they define something by just saying it several times. That's an AI quirk that needs to be rectified. Okay. Oh, okay. So let's start by taking a look at some of our ingredients here. So we've got obviously our eggs, which is going to be part of the quiche. Wait, did we even ask what a quiche was? I don't remember. Cajun spices are optional, so in that case, I'm going to use Creole spices. If you don't have this in your pantry, you need to. This is amazing stuff. Tony Chachere's, the original Creole seasoning. It's really good. It's tasty. And then we have Acevedo oil as well as Game Master Flash, who had to leave for a meeting, gave us these. Get this, it's salt and pepper shakers, but the figures on the front of them are salt and pepper. That's the rap group. Salt and pepper shakers. If this isn't the most adorable, cute thing that you've seen in all of 2026, you're either full of shit or you just see a lot of cute stuff. I'd say this is even cuter than our mascot, Brisket. Brisket's got absolutely nothing on the salt and pepper shakers. That's what I say. And we also have, of course, our garlic that we're going to be dealing with. We've got our shittake mushrooms, as well as spinach. And I ran out of spinach, but I found that I had some mint. And they're basic. I don't know where the mint. Oh, yeah. So the mint is the same color, right? So I don't see any reason why we can't use that. I just had a mint. Boy, that's tasty. I don't know about you guys, but I don't really see anything that can go wrong today. Spellsling says same color, same taste. Why not? Slater USA says mint spinach. It looks the same. It'll be fine. Okay. We are starting hour number 2 here. This is the second to last of our sponsored streams that is sponsored by Smithfield Products. I am going to give them a shout out right now at the top of every hour. I should do it. And so we're going to go to their website first. So let's do that. And let's now also go to this. And so this is the product. It's called Smithfield Prepared Pork. So what does that mean? Well, that means that these, oh, and by the way, I should mention, this part of the stream, this segment, if you will, is sponsored by Smithfield. So whether you're hosting a backyard barbecue or a casual family get-together, or even just at home watching Jeopardy with your cat or beloved domesticated animal, Smithfield marinated seasoned fresh pork is going to deliver a bold, craveable flavor for you with minimal prep. And that's the important part. You really don't have to spend all your time the night before doing all kinds of marinating and whatever. And also, you don't even have the spices that they have. You don't have al pastor just lying around. You have to actually go out and buy all that stuff. Well, right now, you can get the Smithfield pre-prepared, pre-seasoned, pre-marinated products and throw that on the grill and impress your friends so much. They'll be like, who are you all of a sudden? You're just making like gourmet asabuco and stuff. So anyway, Smithfield marinated and seasoned fresh pork delivers bold, craveable flavor, minimal prep. These ready-to-cook products are freshly seasoned, marinated, making it easy to serve up versatile, protein-packed meals any night of the week. Featuring bold new flavors. Look at these flavors here. Garlic and herb, sweet and smoky barbecue, ossobuco, chipotle. Like we're going all around the world here. Caribbean jerk, carnitas, cilantro lime, mesquite barbecue, brown sugar barbecue. I like both of those kinds. I think mesquite's probably my favorite. And alongside new cuts. And then also on the website here, you can find which store is near you by putting in the zip code. And okay, so alongside new cuts like pre-sliced ham strips, pork chops, fillets, effortless cooking, pre-marinated, ready to cook, just heat and serve for a no-fuss, bold flavor. Versatile meals from burrito bowls to barbecue mac and cheese. I'm getting so hungry just reading this. I wish we were doing this instead of whatever we're making today, but that's how I always feel about what we make here at Henry's Kitchen. To pasta salads, endless flavor options make mealtime easy. Protein packed, a satisfying high protein option with 19 grams per serving to keep you full and fueled. Pick up Smithfield marinated and seasoned fresh pork at Walmart for an easy, flavorful weeknight meal. There you have it. Beelzeby says going all in for Henry. Yeah, thank you very much. So there you have it. This is they're sponsoring us this month, and this is their website if you want to check it out. And then there's the store finder on the bottom where you can find out where to get it. And it's just pure deliciousness. All of your friends are going to be like, wow, all this time I thought you were a terrible cook, but it turns out I was the one that was wrong because you're awesome and amazing. And who wouldn't want that? To have your friends finally see you for the chef that you are. 6Ween5 says, is that the sous chef working in the background? No, that's the construction going on behind my house, which is a little bit unfortunate. But there you have it. Okay, so thanks Smithfield Products for sponsoring our streams this month. It's been a while since we've had a sponsor, and I welcome it. It helps us out a lot. So It's Kate X has a great question. Wait, do we need friends to enjoy a Smithfield pork product? No, absolutely not. You do not need any friends at all. You could be sitting at home watching a Hallmark movie on a Saturday night and all of a sudden say, you know what? I need some mesquite barbecue or maybe some hickory smoked or some ossobuco or something, garlic and herb, tenderloin, whatever. And you could have that. All you have to do is just throw it in the oven and heat it up however you like, or put it on one of your grill pans or in a skillet, and your place will smell delicious and you're going to have good food. A lot of the food that we make here at Henry's Kitchen turns out pretty good, but you can see that it's a lot of work. We have so much difficulty making food here. It's just overwhelming. But we do it. But I'm just saying, if you want to make it easy on yourself, you could do those products. Hey, Dazzle Cat, It says, Henry, could an individual user sponsor a stream and give you a list of some nice things to say about us? Absolutely. You can certainly do that, especially you, Dazzlecat. Actually, maybe we can work out a deal with Danny's Bar and Grill where I just say nice things. I mean, I say nice things about them anyway, but maybe if they give me a free cheeseburger and like 3 IPAs, I could spend hours and hours talking about how awesome they are. This is Danny's Bar and Grill in Naperville, Illinois, if you don't know what I'm talking about. We've had a lot of user meetings there. I call them meetings. They're actually shows, but they're sort of meet and greets also. Sometimes I just ramble. Parasitosis says, how many nice things can a ham sandwich get me? A lot of nice things, definitely. All right, everybody, we're getting off. We hate doing this, but we have to. There's just no getting around it. It's just one of those things that we have to do. So, without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to look up, oh yeah, if you want to see what this is going to look like when we're done, it's right there. So I'm going to go ahead and look up what the recipe is saying. The first order of business is we're making hash brown crusted quiche with shittake mushrooms as well as spinach and a little bit of mint. We might put turkey in there too. I'm not sure. Okay, instructions. Preheat the oven to 425 degrees. I'm so glad I picked a recipe where we preheat the oven to 425 degrees because it's very hot here. Computer, what is the temperature today?
Right now, it's 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, expect a low of 63 degrees.
It could be warmer, but it's a little warm. How are you guys doing? Are you guys in the heat dome? Computer, tell me about the heat dome.
According to Wikipedia, a heat dome is a weather phenomenon consisting of extreme heat that is caused when the atmosphere traps hot air as if bounded by a lid or cap.
Do you ever feel like they're just making these up? I'm 56 years old. I've never heard of a heat dome. Then there was the bomb cyclone we heard about, El Nino, El Pinto, El Santa Marino. Sure Not the Singer says, yes, it's hot. Where are you? Cher, not the singer. Where are you, Cher? Oh, like, are you in the on the eastern seaboard? Oh yeah, La Nina. I articled it. Purple donut filling as fruit has a factoid. El Nino means the Nino in English. Thank you for that. Royal Flush 9 says, it's terrible here in Colorado. High heats and lots of smoke from the forest fires. Oh, no. Sounds awful. Cher, not the singer, says, everything but climate crisis. I am in Toronto. Oh, okay. Well, at least you're in a beautiful city there. I love it there. I'm going to have to get back. Guitar Joe says, nice Chris Farley reference. Yeah, El Nino. Carino Pinion says, it's pretty good here in Poland, like lukewarm. Okay, well, that's good. Oddvol14 says, I asked a guy at the store if he'd heard about the heat dome. And he said, quote, make up some more imaginary crap and I'll hit your jaw. Okay, so he's not a guy who likes to hear about the heat dome. Okay, well, let's get to work. I'm going to wash my hands because I pet brisket earlier and I want to wash some of that dog sort of juice that you get on you off. Always wash your hands when someone's watching you. Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to wait for that to preheat. And we're going to defrost the hash browns, which they're pretty much defrosted at this point. And somebody asked about this, you can let them thaw at room temperature, which we have done. Drizzle with oil and sprinkle the Cajun seasoning to taste. All right, so they're getting right into it here. Let's go ahead and do this. We've run out of our surface space there, so we're going to need... oh, I forgot. We got to start Kitchen Chaos. Kitchen Chaos, of course, is our game that we play that Quanto made up for us. Let's get that going. Hold on. Is it working? Is it doing it? Cooking Chaos. Let me know if Cooking Chaos is going. It's Kate says there's a poll. Okay, the way that works is that you guys do polls, and then you let me know what to do. Okay, so we got to start getting to work. Defrost the hashed browns. Okay, we're going to drizzle them. So I'm going to get another plate. Okay, I've got a brand new Acevedo oil that we're going to use. Delfradas says Chaos Mod. Kalamazoo Dog. Hey, Henry, since today is our last day with Smithfield, it's not. We have another one. Did we hit their 200 subscriber 50%? Sorry if you said this earlier. No, I'm sure we haven't. It should be operational. Please let me know if it's not somehow. Kalamazoo Dog, yeah, good to see you. Boy, this is really hard to open. It's much more difficult to open than I would like it to be right now. It sucks. Uh-oh. Kalamazoo Dog just gifted 5 Tier 1 subs. Thank you so much, Kalamazoo Dog. That's very kind of you. I'm going to go ahead here and... Slater USA, thank you so much for cheering a bit. That's very nice of you. And Ladies Laid. Uh-oh. Pet brisket. Oh, no. Well, okay, so we're playing Cooking Chaos, and that means that I have to do certain little tasks. And one of them here that you just voted for is that I have to pet our mascot pro tempore brisket. So... I guess I'm going to probably go with, I don't want to wake her up. I'll go with the tummy scratch. Okay, how was that? All right. Sorry about the construction going off. I can't open this and it's bothering me. How do you open it? Like, if we don't open this, we're not going to be able to make our food. Karen Opinion says, be careful with that knife. I'd like to be careful. But it's like, what do you do? I can't believe how difficult this is. Okay, Cucumbersome says, from the neck towards the cap, rip the plastic. You can't get underneath it to rip it, though. What do people do? They made it too difficult for me. It kind of pisses me off. Okay, I did it from the top, and that seemed to work. We got it, but wow. I don't even know if we have it. It's just going around in circles. This sucks. Okay. That could have been so much easier. I forgot what we were doing now. Okay. Grizz the Platman says, this is way too stressful. Oh, you haven't even seen the half of it yet. Okay. So we're gonna. I gotta wash the juice off. Oh, pet brisket is done. We're gonna take that off of Henry's kitchen. Cooking chaos. Okay, and there'll probably be another one coming down. Always wash your hands when you know you're being watched. Okay. Ladies Laid says, we stress because we care about you, Henry. Well, that's very, very nice of you. Okay, Spell Sing says, dousing the hashed brown. You're absolutely right. That's what we're doing right now. Okay. We've preheated our oven. We've got our hashed browns. And we're going to pour some of our Acevedo oil over it. You could also use extra virgin. Now we're going to put the Cajun seed. Oh, would you believe it? Now this thing doesn't close. It's like stripped. Oh, God. All right. Let's use some of our, we don't have Cajun, but we have Creole. Computer, what's the difference between Cajun and Creole spicing?
Cajun and Creole cuisines both use bold flavors, but Cajun tends to be spicier with smoked meats, while Creole often includes more tomatoes and a mix of spices for a balanced taste. Both add a delicious kick to dishes.
Well, it sounds like they're kind of similar, so I think we're probably going to be okay. Guitar Joe says, yeah, it's stripped out. Plug it with a hardwood and drill it out again. No, I'm not doing all that shit for my Acevedo oil cap. All right, so we've got this. Now we're going to press these into a glass or a ceramic 9-inch pie plate, which we have somewhere. And I guess we don't need to use any kind of butter or anything here. Actually, you know what? This might be too big. That's too big. We're not using that big of a thing. What are the other options? It says we can also use ceramic. We have a ramekin. I haven't seen my ramekin in a very long time, actually. Where's my fucking ramekin? Computer, where's my fucking ramekin?
Sorry, what did you say?
I said, where's my ramekin? Shit. Okay. You know what we do have? This might be a perfect job for unsuccessfully coping. One of our users gave me a Le Creuset Creuset or whatever. Le Creuset. I think we're going to use that. Wait, what's this now? Computer fart. That's the... Oh.
That was a squishy one.
Okay.
Try asking me for a relaxed fart.
That was
or say
the
random.
Okay, none. How about that? Okay, so let's go ahead. Thank you very much, Quanto, for inventing this game that makes things a little bit more difficult for us. And that one was
That was a wobbly one. Try asking me for a long fart. Or say random.
none. Spellsling says coffee mugs are
That
made
was
out
a
of
cheap wobbly one.
ceramic.
Try asking me for a pooey fart.
No,
Or say random.
computer, stop.
Okie dokie.
For more fun, try saying enable mini games.
No, thank you. Okay. What I was saying is that Unsuccessfully Coping, who's one of our users here, gave me a Le Cruvit. What's this called? Is this a ramekin? Gave me this item. And we're going to use this for our quiche. It's a little small. I wish I had my fucking ramekin. I just don't know what happened to it. But that's okay. We're going to go ahead and do it with this. Bonjour Gourmand says, what's with the fucking swearing? Well, I like to tell people that the kitchen is a very difficult place. And when you swear, it it's like a release of, it's a catharsis, if you will. Computer, what is a catharsis?
The noun, catharsis, can have a few meanings. 1. The purging of the emotions or relieving of emotional tensions, especially through certain kinds of art, as tragedy or music. 2. Purgation, the act of purging. 3. Discharge of pent-up emotions so as to result in the alleviation of symptoms or the permanent relief of the condition.
That's what
4.
it is. That's what the
Psychotherapy
feeling.
that encourages or
Computer,
promotes the
stop. So that's what happens when you say bad words. You'll see it a lot in arguments and stuff like that. But anyway, okay, let's go ahead and do this. Maui Girl 45 says, my daughter has started swearing and calling me bro. Yeah, bro is apparently a big word nowadays. I used to say dude. That was the word that we used to say. But I'm trying to get down with the young people now and trying to use bro. Okay, guys, we've got work to do here. Our oven is preheated. We're going to press these hashed browns into a ceramic 9-inch pie plate. It doesn't matter if this comes apart. Now I almost wonder if we have too much hash browns. I think we might have too much hashed browns. But that's okay. Too much is better than not enough. Look at this. This really is going to be like an awesome crust for us there. We're going to have to make this really small because I can't find my ramekin. That really sucks. I made, I think I made, I can't remember what I made, but it like Dutch oven pie or something like that, but I made it in a ramekin. Okay, well, we're going to do the best that we can. That's all we've ever had to do. Okay. Roach Swaller says, me neither. You can't find your ramekin? Maybe there's somebody out there stealing ramekins. I think I can use this ladle creatively. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty much perfect. That was pretty smart what I just did right there. I'm just sort of packing it in there with a ladle. You see that? A lot of what we do in the kitchen is improvisation. And that was an example of some pretty good improvisation that I just did there. It's overflowing a little bit, which isn't the greatest, but that's okay. Okay, so this, maybe we'll go ahead and toast that later and eat it. I don't want to fill up this thing too much because we're running out of space already. All right. So it's saying now that we want to press into your ramekin, bake for 25 minutes until golden at the top. Okay, so we're going to put this in the oven. Woo, that is a hot oven. Okay, so it does this all the time. Is it 20 minutes or 25 minutes? It says between 20 and 25 minutes. So computer, what's 25 minutes time minus 20?
25 minutes times minus 20 is minus 8 hours and 20 minutes.
That's not. Okay, computer, what's 25 minus 20?
25 minus 20 is 5.
Okay, thanks. Our intern already did the math here, but I just want to show everybody the formula. If it says cook for 20 to 25 minutes, you subtract the smaller number from the bigger number, which is 5, and then you divide that by 2. Got a new one. No countertop. Oh, we're gonna have to figure that out, but hold on. We're doing math right now. Computer, what's 5 divided by 2?
5 divided by 2 is 2.5.
Computer, what's 2.5 plus 20? You add it to the lower number.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Computer, what's 20 plus 2.5?
20 plus 2.5 is 22.5.
Okay, so a lot of you did the math early, and that's great. I just wanted to show how it's done, the formula. So 22.5 minutes. Computer, set timer for 22.5 minutes.
22 minutes and 30 seconds, starting now.
Okay. And now we have a new kitchen chaos, and this one says that we have to use no countertop for 5 minutes. That means that I can't use my counter. Okay. So I'm going to have to take all items off of the counter. Let's get started doing that now. All right. No more countertop. I can use my hands. Meanwhile, thinly slice the baby bella mushrooms. Okay, I can't use the counter. What can we use? I have a step stool here. Let's put the camera over here. See if this works. I'm just trying to improvise some stuff. We can't use the countertop. So we're going to cut this on the step stool. Okay. I'm going to put our mushrooms up on that. We're not allowed to use the countertop according to Kitchen Chaos. So we're using the step stool. Kitchen Chaos, what it does for us is that it sort of sets up challenges. And this is making it a little bit more challenging for me, as you can see. I won't be able to look at the chat just yet, so if there was ever anything that you wanted to say behind my back, this would be the time to do it, because I'm not going to be able to see it until after such time as I watch it on the DVD. Just going to check in here. I'm not sure what the best view is for this. Computer, how much time left?
You have 18 minutes left on your 22-minute and 30-second timer.
Okay. These mushrooms are getting pretty well sliced up, which is good. There's actually a lot of them. I shouldn't have put them all on the same plate. That was probably not wise. Ow! I just cut into my fingernail, but the good news is it didn't penetrate the skin. I'm only using a paring knife too, which is not very sharp. I don't think it's a good idea to cut on a step stool or an unfamiliar surface and use a very sharp knife. You always want to introduce new surfaces with more blunt objects. All right, boy, it was way too hard for me to get up there. How are we doing here on no countertop usage? Oh, only 16 more seconds. Okay, good. There we go. Carinu Opinion says add water. Add water to what? The mushrooms? I don't think that we're adding water. Oh, maybe that's the poll that you guys are looking at. Okay. Done deal. No active effects at the moment. There is a poll live. Parasitosis says, let's see Gordon Ramsay deal with kitchen chaos while cooking. I'll bet he would give up so fucking fast. Oh, I'm sure he would. You know he would. Okay. Computer, how much time left?
You have 16 minutes left on your 22-minute and 30-second timer.
All right. So we sliced our mushrooms. Heating a large skillet over medium heat, we're going to add a drizzle of oil. And we're going to saute our mushrooms. Okay. We can do that. We need more oil. Oh, there's another one there. All right, let's put our, before I look at it, let's put our oil down. And heat, drizzle of oil until hot. Sorry, everybody. This is a lot of work. Oh my goodness. Trying to get all the spots covered with the oil. Okay, we'll put in our mushrooms there. I don't like to wash too many dishes, so I think I'm going to use the ladle as a stirring mechanism. Computer, how much time left?
You have 14 minutes left on your 22-minute and 30-second timer.
Okay, 14 minutes. So this is supposed to be between 6 and 8 minutes that we do the sauteing. So let's call that 7 minutes. This says 14 minutes. So when that timer says 7 minutes, that'll be time to do the thing. Add cumin. Okay, we're going to find some cumin. Always so difficult to find the cumin. Here it is. Just so that you can see that I'm doing it. I don't think that's going to be so bad. Kind of surprised it doesn't want us to put any salt and pepper in there. But maybe we add that later. Let's keep on sauteing. Sorry about the camera work here. Purple donut filling his fruit says, this looks great, except mushrooms are disgusting. Okay, but these are shittakes. These are a very fine, expensive type of mushroom. Now we're going to stir in our spinach and garlic, and we're going to sprinkle it with the salt. I see where they're going with this. They want us to make a saute. Continue cooking until spinach is wilted. Just about a minute. Okay. So let's go ahead and put this in there. And we've already added our cumin. Just like that. I should probably put some more oil in there, huh? And keep in mind, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. But I feel like that's the right thing to do. Stir in the spinach. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use our salt and pepper shakers. Got a little bit of extra mushrooms here. I'm going to use a spatula. That other thing's too difficult to work with. I hope this spinach goes down. It's occurring to me now that I didn't prep my veggies. Like I have a lot of stems in there that look kind of nasty. As well as there seems to be a problem with, I forgot to wash my spinach and my mushrooms. Always wash your food, especially when customers are watching you. I'm going to get rid of this one nasty one. Whew, that's too hot. This is too much. Just de-stemming. Whew. This is all stems, man. Okay, I think that's pretty decent. Gonna have to go back to the supermarket and say, hey man, you gave me all stems. Okay, how are we doing? Are we feeling good? I want to check in with you, the users. Let's see if there's any alerts here. Kalamazoo Dog, thank you again for gifting 5 Tier 1 subs. That's very kind of you. Beanie Bo Beanie says, as a healthcare worker, I will say that explosive diarrhea is always going around, for what it's worth. I don't even think I want regular diarrhea. Okay, let's see what it says here. Let's dismiss this top one. Add hot sauce. Okay, well, I guess we can do that. Yeah. This thing's kind of annoying. I have Tabasco. It's not supposed to be in there, but let's go ahead and put it in there. Wait. You know, maybe it'll be a nice little zing to it. I like a little Tabasco in my Corona. Computer, how much time?
You have 8 minutes left on your 22-minute and 30-second timer.
Okay, we're almost done with our saute. Have some stubborn mushrooms there, but that's okay. I'm going to turn off the heat. Looks like a nice little saute we got working there. And let's see what our next order of business is. In a large bowl now, we're going to whisk together the eggs. Thank goodness. I was waiting for the eggs to come into play. Oh, garlic. We were supposed to put garlic. No problem. We'll do it now. We'll do it live. Okay, here we go. That was some sneeze there. Serious sneeze. Getting another garlic together. Oh boy, this garlic is fragrant, which is usually a good sign. All right, we got that saute going on now. I'm going to stir it up a little bit. And I'm hoping that garlic cooks a little bit, even though I turned off the heat. But I think it's hot enough. I'd say we sauteed the shit out of that. Okay. Now, we are going to, in a large bowl, we are going to whisk together our eggs and our milk. We're a little bit in a hurry here. Roach Swallower says, so shrinked. Yeah, it is shrinked. Beanie Bo Beanie wistfully says, I miss work bowl. Yeah, we all miss work bowl, but I guess God decided that work bowl would be better off with him. I don't know whatever happened to work bowl. Fondue Yourself says this is pretty complicated. Spellsling brings up an excellent point. My God, this is a good point. Will 4 eggs fit in our ramekin? I don't know. Oh my goodness. And we got to put milk in there too? Are you kidding? We might have some runoff. How much milk? It says, this says 6 large eggs, so I'm only using 4. 6 large eggs, half a cup milk. Computer, what proportion of 6 large eggs to 1/2 a cup of...
large eggs
I'm
make up
not
about
done.
1 cup when cracked and whisked
Computer,
together.
stop.
This measurement can vary slightly depending
Computer.
on how well you
Please stop. All right, if it's 6 large eggs down to 4, a half a cup milk, that's 2/3. Computer, what's 2/3 of 1/2? Hey, computer, what's 2/3 of a cup? Wait, what it?
From wikihow.com. A2, 3 cup is equal to exactly 10 tablespoons.
Computer,
of 2 teaspoons.
stop. Computer, what is 2/3 of 1/2?
2/3 of half is 0.3333.
Wait, computer, can you repeat that?
2/3 of half is 0.3333.
2/3 of half is 0.3. So it's a third. 2/3 of a half is a third. Okay, great. Now what? So we want 1/3 of a cup of milk. Okay, great. They have one that's already 1/3 ready for you. So let's put in our milk. And I don't know. I don't know if this is all going to fit in our ramekin. It's going to be kind of stressful. Let's see here. Transfer this in a large bowl. Whisk together the eggs and a little bit of our salt. Something's stuck in my throat. Transfer, okay. And we want to whisk, okay. Uh-oh. Non-dominant hand. Oh no. Okay. This means that for the time being, I'm only allowed to use my non-dominant hand. Okay. Here we go. This is going to be left hand whisking here. It's not going to be nearly as efficient as right hand. Computer, how much time left?
You have 1 minute and 40 seconds left on your 22-minute and 30-second timer.
Okay, so that's for our ramekin. Uh-oh, let me turn off the AC. We're going to be transferring this to the hash browns, and we're going to sprinkle it with the cooked mushrooms and spinach. We're going to reduce the oven, bake for 15 minutes, and that until it's no longer jiggly. Should be golden. Okay. Let's check in with our alerts here. Kalamazoo dog, thank you again. Thank you so much. Slow-mo whisker. Yeah, this is a slow whisker. Bubble Wrap Highway says half of 1 is 2/3 of 123 is 0.34567. Okay, so we should have used 0.34567 of a cup of milk. But who's got one of those cups that has that specificity? Okay, and then Dark Aegis asked a question. Why aren't there any of these kitchen chaos things that make the meal better or easier? I guess kitchen chaos in its own way is sort of a commentary on the incredible tendency for things in the kitchen to go toward the wrong way as opposed to accidentally going correctly. Very few times. I mean, there are accidents like the tart tatin. Oh, computer, stop. Okay. So now we're going to use our non-dominant hand, which in my case would be the left hand, to take out our ramekin. Stop. Ooh, that's hot. You know what? I'm going to use the glove, the of glove. Much safer, much better. Okay, and now it says we're going to reduce the heat to 375. Okay. We got check in on brisket here. Oh wait, that's right. Very difficult to do whilst only using the left hand. There we go. That's about the best we can set up the brisket cam there. Something's making me sniffly. Okay. Quanto's looking for poll ideas. Next order of business. Take our very hot ramekin. And we're going to pour in this egg. And we're going to see, I don't remember who it was, but they asked, is it possible to fit all of that in there? And the answer is absolutely not. We have a ton left over. I think we're just going to use that for scrambled eggs. But the good news is I think that we can get all of our sauté in there. Okay. That I think is going to work, and I think we could probably even put a little bit more in this. I want to thank Unsuccessfully Coping for this awesome ramekin. Yeah, that's your instincts were right. That we don't have enough room for our egg in this little tiny thing. It was a silly idea, but sometimes, you know, you're trying to make a sort of a, what do you call it? A decision based on a lot of speed there. That thing's still hot. We're going to be putting that in there. All right. Okay, we're done with our effects. Are we eating the eggs raw? No, we're not. We're putting it back in. So let me go ahead here and do this. Lady Dina, thank you so much for your cheers and your bits and all that stuff. Let's go to our business. Transfer to the hash browns. Sprinkle. Uh-oh. Thank every ingredient. Okay, let's do that. Let's put our ramekin, or whatever this is called, into the oven, trying not to let it overflow. We're going to put it in there for 15 to 20 minutes. Computer, what's 20 minus 15?
20 minus 15 is 5.
Computer, what's 5 divided by 2?
5 divided by 2 is 2.5.
Computer, what's 15 plus 2.5?
15 plus 2.5 is 17.5.
Computer, set timer for 17.5 minutes.
17 minutes and 30 seconds, starting now.
And then I spilled some. Okay, we've made a huge mess here. I don't know why that camera's sort of jerky. I'm going to make hash browns and eggs after this, just in case this shit doesn't turn out. This is what you call a paper towel nightmare. Not a good time to be a paper towel here at Henry's Kitchen. Okay. And then there was some on the floor. I like to clean this stuff up because, you know, I got roaches at one point. I haven't seen them in a long time, but you just don't want to take any chances. When you're filling up that ramekin with too much fluid, it's going to overflow. And that's what we just found out. That was sort of one of the lessons I wanted to teach you guys today. Don't overfill your ramekin. Okay. Computer, how much time left?
You have 15 minutes left on your 17-minute and 30-second timer.
Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to thank every ingredient. Quanto, our technical advisor here, has come up with a method or a software that allows you to play a game called Kitchen Chaos or Cooking Chaos. And what it does is it gives us little assignments here. And the last one, and I'm going to turn it off, is that we have to thank every ingredient. And so let's do that now. I'll start with the Tony Chachere's Creole. Tony, I never knew whether you were Creole or Cajun. And in this case, we wanted Cajun. We went with Creole, but you stepped up to the plate and you gave us some really good spices. So I appreciate that. Also, what would spices be without our salt and pepper shakers? Eggs, the star of our show. You had a job to do and you knocked it out of the park. Thank you for that. And the hash browns. You were the wind beneath the wings of the eggs. And we appreciate that as well. Garlic, doing your thing. Thanks a lot. And I just want to thank the mushrooms, the shittake mushrooms. That's going to be a very nice thing. Doing what you do, absorbing up all that flavor. Okay, so I think now we're going to get ready to plate this situation when it happens. Computer, how much coffee do I have left?
Sorry, I can't check your coffee inventory directly. For details on your remaining coffee, please check your Amazon app or account. If you need help finding coffee products, I'm here to assist.
I've got a little bit more coffee, just enough. Computer, how much time left?
You have 13 minutes left on your 17-minute and 30-second timer.
So if this thing that we're making tastes like shit, the good news is I can make a hash brown and egg situation with very little difficulty. Okay. We really made a mess with the eggs and all that. I'm not sure if we did the song last time, and I should probably do the song. I like to do it every time if I can remember. But we have a great deal of users here. And I want to say thank you to you for all that you do. It takes a village, and we did a Village People song last time to thank them. But I'm going to do a thank you that goes out to all of the users here at Henry's Kitchen that make this possible, the folks that run the Discord, the technical advisors like Quanto, and we have people like the moderators, the big name streamers who have done these raids with us, which is always a lot of fun, and also the tier 3 subscribers. Thanks for what you do. So generally speaking, I just want to thank you very much. Spell Sling says, can you squeeze egg back into the bowl that was absorbed by the paper towel? I probably could, but it would mess up my hands, and I just kind of don't feel like doing that right now. So let's go ahead, but it is possible. Okay, I'm going to do this to the tune of the Jose Suicidio runaway hit from 2011. Help me make it through the night, or just help me. Falcon and Dingo Bob, Dom Beef Hot Bear 1110, do Dingle Dog Goggle Dr. Flanges, Shane Yes Bacchus Beelzebub, Mochi's Nirvana, It's Gate, Kairos, a Bumble Vision, and the LGX. Chef Reactions, Husky Boil, Bill Larkin Music, all one word, and the Toily, Nim, Moon Moon, Amaru, Orca Mind, S-Fan, and Bonnie too. Dazzle Kapler, Little Quest, and Borsenven, Nella, Parasitosis, and don't forget Beanie Bo Beanie, our intern, and Quanto. BK69, Rose Tower 007, Royal Flush 9, Lacey T. Purple Donut Filling is fruit, Tankard and Borsenven Zodiac Tone, Gary Busey ASMR. Lurk Bull, Shandis Nova Galarian, Mr. Gooseberry VT, D's Nuts, Game Master Flash, Mimsy Coon, the Cat Food Taste Tester, the Cheernex, Mochi's Nirvana, Red Hot, Hibachi, Ransom, GRS, Editis S, Michelle Heffy, Embry 225. Yarchasm, Nico Tazo, Michael Bublé, 4422, Potato Cat, Breeder Passion, Error, Minution, 64, Midnight Faded. JSBX Fan, Esnitis, Poolboy 789, Dazzle Cat, Zodbane, and Toke My Nuts. Saguaro Ubrito 5555. Dinosaur, High Slap Cat Butts, JV's Text, Sickly Boy, Beelzebub, Henlips 1, Caitlin's Kitchen, and don't forget Quanto. Beanie Bo Beanie says, you're going to bring out Meanie Bo Beanie. Uh-oh. Did we say something to piss off Beanie Bo Beanie? Guitar Joe says, you can see super old Henry's Kitchen streams on Fawcan's YouTube if you didn't know. Oh, very cool. Yeah, all of them are archived also on YouTube. Henry's Kitchen Twitch VODs on YouTube. Sure Not the Singer says, so thoughtful. Thank you very much. Guitar Joe, Brawny, that's still a brand, right? Spellsling says, hey, Henry, I'm looking for a brand of meats to buy. Any recommendations? You know, it's so funny that you ask that because we do have a suggestion about that, and I'm going to give it to you right now. These streams are... Computer, how much time left?
You have 7 minutes and 30 seconds left on your 17-minute and 30-second timer.
These streams are being sponsored by the good folks over there at Smithfield Pork Products, Prepared Pork Products. And so what they do is that they put all of these marinated, pre-seasoned things. Well, I'm going to show you. I just have to go to the website. So let's go ahead now and do that. Yeah. So this part of the stream is going to be brought to you by Smithfield. Sponsored, if you will. Okay. Well, we all know the summer's here. We know that there's no way to avoid it. There's nothing we can do about it. The only thing we can do is get that barbecue going or just get ready to eat a bunch of good food. And the folks at Smithfield are going to help you with that with their prepared, that means it's been paired ahead of time, I guess, pork products. You know that here at Henry's Kitchen we've done so much marinating and seasoning, and it's a huge pain. You could see today we're making a dish that's taking us hours. Well, you don't have to do that with these products. Whether you're hosting a backyard barbecue or a casual family get-together, Smithfield marinated and seasoned fresh pork delivers bold, craveable flavor with minimal prep. These ready-to-cook products are freshly seasoned, marinated, making it easy to serve up versatile, protein-packed meals any night of the week. Featuring bold new flavors and cuts, garlic and herb, sweet and smoky barbecue, osso buco. We just found out what osso buco is, and it sounds very gourmet and awesome. Chipotle, we know what that is. Caribbean jerk, carnitas, cilantro lime, mesquite barbecue, and brown sugar alongside new cuts like pre-sliced ham strips, pork chops, fillets, and it's effortless cooking. Pre-marinated, ready to cook. You just heat and serve for bold, no-fuss flavor. And it's versatile. Burrito bowls to barbecue mac and cheese, pasta salads, endless flavor options make mealtime easy. And when you look at how much work this has taken today, and also the fact that I've got something going in the oven and it's very hot here, and I wish I was outside at a grill cooking up some of these products instead of teaching you how to make whatever it is that I'm making here at Henry's Kitchen. It's a good deal all around. Look at that. Barbecue mac and cheese. Oh, man. And it's protein packed. A satisfying high protein option with 19 grams per serving to keep you full and fueled. And if you're wondering where you get it, you go to this website and just put in your zip code and it's going to tell you which store that you're able to get it at. I think pretty much most Walmarts will have this. But it's a big company, Smithfield Prepared Pork Products, perfect for your summertime. Throw these on the grill and you're going to blow your friends' minds. They're going to be like, what? Henry, you knew how to make Korean barbecue? Seasoned pork loin strips? How did you learn to make carne asada or sweet and smoky barbecue seasoned pork belly bites? It's almost like you're just going all the way around the world. It's really, really incredible. It's Kate X says your address in chat. Well, I don't know if you want to do that. Fresh pork ham strips for carnitas. Boy, there really is. Computer, how much time is left on the timer?
You have 3 minutes and 20 seconds left on your 17-minute and 30-second timer.
Okay, well, I think it's time to get back here. I'm going to have a little bit of water, I think, here. I wish I didn't choose today to do a big oven cooking thing because it's very hot. Computer, what is the weather right now?
Currently, in Glendale it's 86 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. You
That's
can
pretty
expect
hot.
more of the same today, with a high of 90 degrees and a low of 63 degrees. Also, there's a heat advisory in
Computer,
effect.
stop. Game Master Flash says, I already have a fantastic marinade for bulgogi, but it never hurts to cut corners and buy it pre-made. Not as good, but still delicious. Okay, well, Game Master Flash, it's funny that you say bulgogi because I think that's what we're going to make on our next stream. Parasitosis gave me a cool recipe for it. Expert Elton says, Henry, if you use a verb twice, is it a reverb? Oh my goodness. Thank you very much, Expert Elton. Expert Elton told me in a very subtle way that I left my reverb on for a long time. That is embarrassing. I apologize for that. I know I've done it before, and I know it's triggering to a lot of people, and I don't want to do that. Duzas says, I know for a fact that Reverbicens love Smithfield prepared pork products. Yep, I left it on, but it's off now, so we're doing okay in terms of that particular situation. Now, I'm just kind of curious to know how our food's going to turn out here. So, computer, how long on timer?
You have 1 minute and 30 seconds left on your 17-minute and 30-second timer.
Thank you for that, Spellsling. Seabirch says, hi, Henry, I love you. Hey, Seabirch, that's very nice to hear. Thank you so much. Very kind of you. I'm going to turn this oven off a little bit prematurely because it still cooks sort of when you're doing that. When you turn it off. Okay, so here we go, guys. I'm going to double up on my glove. Double the glove, double the love. Eclipse Producer just gifted a sub. Wow, thank you so much, Eclipse Producer. That's very kind of you. Let's see here. I want to catch up on our alerts. It says here that Purple Donut Filling is Fruit gifted a tier 1 sub to Beanie Bobini. Thanks for that. And also, Anonymous gifted a sub to Beanie Bobert. And Purple Donut Filling is Fruit gifted a tier 1 sub to Beanie Bobeans. Eclipse Producer, thank you so much. Was one of our pictures that we used today? Very cool. All right, computer, how much time left? Hey, computer, how much time left?
You have less than 10 seconds left on your 17-minute and 30-second timer.
Okay. Here we go. Computer, stop timer. Okay. We've got all appliances off. Okay, we're feeling good about that, relatively speaking. Let's check in on Brisket here. Brisket, you ready to sniff up some good old quiche, Henry? Or whatever this is called. Brisket don't seem to give a shit. Roach Swallower, that's very nice. Thanks for the kind words. You know, sometimes you got to get yourself cleaned up, get a haircut, shave your face, and just sort of give this whole life thing another shot, right? That's the way I felt yesterday morning, and decided to clean up a little bit. Well, this looks way too hot to eat. Let's take a look at this. It looks very hot. Roy says, first time seeing brisket. Yeah. Brisket. Well, Roy, let's show you a little bit of brisket in action here. We've got, let's see, BK69. Thank you so much for gifting a tier 1 sub. That's really cool. And Beelzebub gifted Roy a sub. Hey, Roy, we're going to show you brisket in action here. This is brisket running through the hallway of my apartment. I put it in slow motion, but you have to know that this happens so fast. It's like 1 second. This is absolutely incredible speed. And It's Kate actually gave us a really cool version with music. She'll be coming down any second now. She has a special talent, a special gift. I used to have a special gift. It was called being a rock star. But now I'm a cook. And in a weird way, it's better. It's definitely healthier sometimes. 6ween5 says, yeah, that's too dangerous to eat right now. Yeah, it's very hot. Chernot the singer says athletic brisket. Yeah, it's really cool. Hey, Parasitosis says, I got to duck out. I need to head home on my 1.5 hour commute. That's a long commute. Godspeed, Henry and Chet. Hey, Parasitosis, thanks for joining us. And we're going to use your bulgogi recipe next Sunday. That'll be a nice afternoon activity. And also, Big Tuna Sandwich says, bro is so energetic, camera can't focus on him. Yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to escape the camera. Okay, we got to figure out what we're going to do with this. Is Unsuccessfully Coping here with us? I think that it would be cool for her to know that we're using her ramekin for today's recipe. Computer, what is a ramekin?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Whoa, maybe I've been using the wrong word. Now remember, this is actually, we don't have pie crust for our quiche. We've got, oh, thanks, Beelzebub. We've got hashed browns for this. Oh boy. Did we make something delicious here again? I think we may have. The hash browns are sticking a little bit, but not too bad. Ours definitely doesn't look like what theirs looks like. Big Tuna Sandwich says, looks like something my Eastern European grandmother fed to her pigs. Okay, cool. Let's take a look here. Yeah, not much to look at, I will say. But let's take a look at the example pic here. I can pull it up. That's not it. Hold on. There it is. Flinglish says, I would demolish that. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I would too. Okay, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and take a bite. It's going to be very hot. Dark Ages says, I can feel it in my bones. You think this is going to be tasty? You know what? In order to be fair, I can't just take a bite that's only got the hash browns. I've got to take the whole proverbial enchilada. It's got to have the shittake mushrooms in there, along with the spinach and the mint. Oh boy, but that's going to be hot though. And it's got to have the hash browns there too. Fucking delicious. This is fucking delicious. I know it's not much to look at. Kind of looks like it would taste like shit. But you just have to believe me. This tastes really, really good. I'll tell you the website we used. It just says Cozy Peach Kitchen. And oh my goodness, it's hash browned crusted quiche with mushrooms and spinach. And it's fucking delicious. I'm going to take another bite here. Roach Swallower says, can you taste the mint? I don't taste it individually, but it must be doing something good in there. Kurt Cocaine says, looks like a recipe from hotmomrecipes.com. Yeah, it really does. Corinne Pinion says, a rare Henry's Kitchen triumph. You know what's interesting about this? Sorry. I don't think I'm going to be able to have a quiche again with a pie crust. I think it's got to be this hash brown crust. That's very important. Hey, Brisket, what do you think? Pretty cool, huh? Brisket doesn't give a shit, but this was good. There's no doubt. Nyan says, is there any bacon or sausage in it? No, I could have. I had a little bit of sliced turkey that I could have put in there that I was going to, and to be honest with you, I forgot. But, you know, you get a lot of protein from the eggs here. And, yeah, Brisket's got a great friendship bracelet. Corinne Opinion says she looks sadder than usual. Well, it's a sad place here, Henry's Kitchen. I'm going to have one more bite, and then we're going to play a game. And I'm not sure yet which one. 6Ween5 says the simplest dishes are often the best. That's true. This one wasn't simple, though. Oh, wait, is that what you mean? Corinne Opinion. Great question. Did the hot sauce make it better? Remember, we played a game called Cooking Chaos, which throws a bunch of ingredients in there. We threw cumin, and then we threw hot sauce, and something worked out really, really well. We had mint. Something worked out really well in that. It might be that we actually, because of Cooking Chaos, we might have invented something amazing. So that's always a possibility there. You know what I think we'll do? I think, yeah, Spellsling, you're absolutely right. If we threw a Smithfield hickory smoked barbecue pork chop over the top of this thing, then you'd be really, really hammering it out. But this is pretty good all by itself. Okay, so now, Beelzebub, thanks again for gifting a Tier 1 sub to Roy. I think we're going to go ahead and play Bowley. This is Beelzebub's game. And we did pretty well last time. DJ Dr. Seuss says, love that cat picture above your sink. Where did you get it? Was that Beanie Bobini? Who gifted us this amazing cat picture? Can we get a fact check? A fact check on that? Corinne, oh, Beanie Bobini says I painted it. Yeah. This is our beloved and belated, the late roast beef. Absolutely beautiful. This is a really beautiful picture, Beanie Bobini. Thank you so much. Purple Donut Filling is Fruit says, I wish I could take credit. Well, it's very nice. Thank you. All right. We had another one, but then he started, there was a tear. Wait, is this the one Beanie Bo Beanie made? This one, oh, okay, Beanie Bo Beanie made this. This is the one I painted, but I can't take credit for the other. Yeah, the other one was gifted. But you know what's really sad is the day after roast beef died, which was a very, very sad time here at Henry's Kitchen. I noticed that if you look really closely, somehow, and I know you didn't paint this, there was a little tear coming down from roast beef's eye. Roast beef started crying. It was sad. It was a very sad time, but I think roast beef's happy now, wherever he is. I think it was probably just because I had it over the sink and the water caused the paint to run. But that's okay. Boy, I'm so glad I have delicious food right now. But it is very smoky in here. I think I'm going to open up the window. Yeah, it's quite smoky, but I already had a fly come in, which is a drag. I got to chill for a second here. I can't believe what we've done here. Man. Hey, I want to thank Teaser Tuesday for joining us on Prime. And Kalamazoo Dog, best community of users on the internet, eh? I would say so. I would absolutely say so. All right. So now let's get into, we're going to play Beelzebee's game. So that's going to require a little bit of doing something here. So the bully, cut, okay. Everybody chilled just for 1 second. I'm going to put Beelzebee's game up. And then we're going to go into this. I'm finally getting a little bit faster at this, which is exciting for me. Okay, here we go. And I'm also going to put on the desktop audio. All right, here we go. Here's the game. Can you see it okay? Is it working on a technical sort of a level? I don't see me. And I don't know if we figured out how to get me in there. But I only see your kitchen. Okay, I think I can rig it. Yeah, we can do this. All right. You guys can see me. You can hear me. And you see a game. And Beelzebub just put the game in the chat. So that's pretty cool. All right. Looks like we're ready for business. Let's see here. Guitar Joe says, have you mastered side stacking yet? I'm going to start working on it. Boy, I'm so excited that our food was so good. All right. So if everything's working, I'm going to go ahead and start the game now. Everybody's feeling good, and we're all in a good place in our life, and things are going well. Everybody's not depressed and just sort of generally feeling like waking up in the morning. I just want to make sure that's happening before we start this game. Should I be hearing music right now? I'm going to have one more bite of this deliciousness. The hash browns really make the whole thing. Okay. All right, we've got a lot of work to do. Here we go. We're going to start the game now.
It's so good, I can just sit here and sniff it all day.
Okay, so if you don't know how this game works, you want to match like with like. Roach Swallower loves this song. So you see how I have insects with insects, and then this is a whiskey barrel. I'm trying to remember what score that we're trying to get here. I think we want to get like 6,000. That would be the one to shoot for. Corinne Opinion says, I was playing this on my phone and it had some bad shutdown, but I'm impressed that I was able to get back, to 6th place on the leaderboard despite that. Hold on, I want to check in on
I can't just sit here and sniff it all day. We've got work to do. Can't just sit here. Got work to do. Can't just sit here. Got work to do.
This is getting hard here.
Work to do.
That was no good at all.
Work to do.
I wanted to wedge in between those. Oh. There is a way to be way more strategic about this. There we go. That's how you do it.
So good, I can just sit here and sniff.
What is that me saying backwards?
Ooh. Boy, that's hot.
Seabird says, you need to combine the poops. They're not poops, they're my whiskey barrels. But I'll do that.
Fuck, that was no good at all. Shit.
The problem is the little insects fall in between the other objects. Gotta be careful. Now there is, on the top right, it tells you
Okay.
what the next one's gonna
Yeah.
be. I'm gonna turn this fan on.
I can't just sit here and sniff it all day. We've got work to do. Can't just sit here. Got work to do. Can't just sit here. Got work to do.
Desolate Reality says, Pixel Henry, Looks so good I can hardly tell the difference between it and the real Henry. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm gonna have to take another bite of my situation here.
Oh boy.
I think it was parasitosis that made the music.
This is really good. Holy shit.
What's this? Maui girl says I should make whiskey barrels for my ex. He just drinks it right out of the bottle every night. Boring. Oh yeah, you gotta make whiskey barrels. What, so he can drink them out of the barrel now? Not sure if that's healthy.
Yeah. We conquered, we fought, and we came. Oh, boy, that's hot.
I can't just sit here and sniff it all day. We've got work to do.
We got a long way to go, though.
Can't just sit here.
I don't want to sound hyperbolic, but it's
Oh,
probably the most
bad
fun I've
call.
ever had in my life.
I screwed that up.
Can't just sit here. Can't just sit here. Can't just sit here. Got work to do.
Work to do.
Work to do. Work to do. Work to do. Work to do.
Look at the fucking mess that we've made.
Yeah, we've definitely made some messes. We made a mess today.
Colossal
that's for
waste
sure.
of time. Okay.
Oh, that was a good
Yeah.
one for us. This is a real fun game to play while you're doing,
Look at
you
the
know, something
fucking
like
mess
waiting
that
at
we
the
made.
Jiffy Lube or one of those types of things. I think I'm actually getting in trouble here. Oh, that hurts. Oh, premature.
It's a colossal waste of time.
I'm going too fast. I
can't-
need to slow
I
down.
can't just sit here and sniff it all day. We've got work to do.
Really good.
What? We got a
Holy
beef. We
shit.
got a
Yeah,
beef.
just sit
Wow. That was
Can't just
amazing.
sit here. Got work to do. Can't just sit here. Can't just sit here. Can't just sit here.
Wow, the beef is going to be the secret to getting the big scores.
We fought and we came.
Work to do. Work to do.
That was bad. Why am I playing so lazy? Need to get better. We need more beefs.
Fuck that. This is, I don't want to sound hyperbolic, but it's probably the most fun I've ever had in my life.
that was the wrong move.
This is really good. Holy shit.
Work to do.
Fuck that.
We've got work to do. There's no doubt about that.
It's a colossal waste of time.
Oh, that was good.
Oh. You rocky chicken coffee cake.
I can't
Oh,
just sit here and
no.
sniff it all day. We've got work to do.
Screwing it up.
Can't just sit here. Can't just sit here. Can't just sit here.
I wanted it to roll the other way.
Can't just sit here. Can't just sit here.
Okay.
Can't just sit here.
Yeah.
Got work to do. Work to do. Work to do. Work to do. Work to do.
Look at the fucking mess that we've made.
A lot of work to do. Yeah, you're right, Fedar. It's falling apart. We got to lock in. I think I'm just thinking about having some more of my delicious food. Oh, that was cool. Oh, that was a good one.
Hot. Oh, boy.
Just got to keep things moving here. Yeah, you're right. I'm screwing up.
Fuck. That was no good at all. Shit.
Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we got to tighten this up.
Fuck that.
Come on. No, I'm not going to hit 5,000.
It's a colossal waste of time.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't just sit here and sniff it all
I'm
day.
doing a
We've
couple
got
of dumb
work to do.
mistakes.
Can't just sit here.
Hot.
Can't
Oh,
just
boy.
sit here. Can't just sit here. Got work to do. Can't just sit here. Can't just sit here.
Really good.
Oh, good stuff happening.
Holy
Oh, if we
shit.
can get those two to touch, that would be amazing.
Work to do. Work to do.
Look at the fucking mess that we've made.
Work to do.
Okay, we're at 4,000. I just want 5,000. That's what I want to hit.
This tastes like shit.
Ah, 41.25. Oh, brisket's starting to freak out.
Sorry about that. I just.
Oh, it's because the
I just
workers.
chat myself.
A lot of chaos here. People wondering about brisket. Seems to be outside of his area there. Might have to bring him back because he's freaking out. Brisket's very excited about the workers, so I don't know if she's gonna stop. That might be kind of annoying for us. But it's all right. We're just about to the end of the stream now anyway. I'm gonna have another bite. Let's go ahead and turn off the bully.
I can't just sit here and sniff it all
here,
day.
let's
We've
take a
got
look
work
at
to do.
the scores. Sorry about that. I just
Can't just sit here.
chat myself.
Can't just sit here. Can't just sit here.
Stop farting, please.
Got work to do. Can't just sit
Let's
here.
look at the leaderboard.
Can't just sit here. Can't just sit here. Got work to do.
Does it even include me? Yeah, there we are. We're 198. We can do better, and we will do better. All right, everybody. Well, it's time to start wrapping up here at Henry's Kitchen. Brisket's getting a little bit excitable because of all the road construction, or the construction that's happening next door. And it's getting hot in here, and I try to keep the AC off because I don't want... Hey, thanks, Beanie Bo Beanie, and thanks for all that you do. And the Balderdash Lad says, fantastic stream. Thanks, everybody. Wow, I feel like it's been hours. I will say I want to thank you very much for your support during the sponsored stream. The sponsored streams need to be 3 hours as part of my agreement. And I think it's turned out to be kind of a fun thing because we do more music and we do more playing around and more gaming and stuff like that and more chatting. So I think these have been really fun streams. Royal Flush 9 says, I like the longer ones too. I hope it isn't too much on you. Well, one of the difficult things as you get older is that you have to go to the bathroom more. So the last hour and a half of all these streams have been me having to go to the bathroom. That's why I might seem a little bit off-put and just sort of not really all there. Sometimes a little rushed. Sometimes just a little, I don't know what the word is, just kind of, just not present. Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says, my ex liked the longer ones too. Now I'm single. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Corinne Opinion says, Henry's Kitchen, more like Henry's Bladder. Am I right? Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Here, maybe we can set up a situation with brisket. Okay, I don't know quite whether this is going to work or not. But I'm going to go over there and I'm going to call Brisket and we'll see if she runs over. Brisket's a good dog, and we're going to eventually figure out what to do with Brisket here. There's a potential owner, so we're going to lose Brisket, and it's going to make me a little sad because I've got a little bit of feelings for Brisket. But I will say that the owner is a neighbor, so I think that I'll be able to do some visits at least, so that part will be nice. Road Swallower says, okay, but she needs a forever home, so it's good. Yeah, she absolutely does. You know, we have a couple minutes left here. I think I'm going to go ahead and do one more song. This is a song that I really don't do very often, and I think the reason for that is because it's not a very good song. But it's not a bad song either. Beanie Bo Beanie says, we're so spoiled today. Yeah. This is the first song that I ever wrote. One of the first songs I ever wrote. I was in my 8th year of community college over there in Pasadena, California, learning all kinds of things like you do, just kind of taking in life, you know, learning. And I fell in love with a lady who was a wonderful lady. She was much older than I was. I was 26, she was 67. But this song goes out to her wherever she is now, 35 years later. You are the blossom, I am the vine. You are the blossom, I am the vine. Sweet little blossom of mine, hanging on the vine, extracting all the nutrients from the inside. Sweet little blossom of mine. You are the oyster, I am the pearl. You are the oyster, I am the pearl. Sweet little oyster of mine, irritating you on the inside, covering me with your shiny mucus-like substance till I shine. Let's see if we can get Briskin. Sweet little oyster of mine. You are the earth, I am the moon. You are the earth, I am the moon. Sweet little earth of mine, regulating your tides, using my gravitational pull to stabilize your axis tilt and eventually create a relatively non-changing climate condition. Sweet little earth of mine. I think that's how it works. Oh yeah, that's the apron letters. I've been making aprons for Danny Dog, one of our patrons. Okay. Key change. I am the host organism. You are the unicellular dinoflagellate algae. I am the host organism. You are the unicellular dinoflagellate algae. Sweet little unicellular dinoflagellate algae of mine, letting me use your chloroplast that I can photosynthesize, providing me with carbon in exchange for the nutrients you obtain from my catabolic pathways. Sweet little unicellular dinoflagellate algae of mine. Sweet little unicellular dinoflagellate algae of mine. All right, everybody. We had good food, good people, and it's very different from what we had last time. We had shitty food last time and mediocre people. No, I'm just kidding. It's always great people. So thanks everybody for joining us here on Henry's Kitchen, and I'm going to see you on Sunday, and we're going to make that bulgogi that Game Master Flash and Parasitosis have requested, and I'm looking very forward to it. Thanks everybody, and I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you Sunday at noon Pacific time as always.